Welcome to the Human Interact stream for this Friday, September 15th. I remembered it this time. I remember the date. It was great. Hi, I'm Alexander Mejia, CEO and founder of Human Interact. Today, we're going to be playing a very awesome game. But before I introduce the game, put it down. Put it down. Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, sorry. I got ahead of myself. I got excited.
Got excited. I have a guy that's more excited to play this game than I am. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Francisco Gonzalez. You may remember me from that stream of Full Throttle, but I'm a game developer and I make adventure games and I like adventure games and I really like this adventure game.
Go ahead and introduce this adventure game. What is this adventure game?
It's fucking King's Quest 6! Can I swear, by the way?
What if I said no?
Okay? Oh, then I take back my swearing.
Then you take it back. This is not your favorite game.
This is a family game. There should be no swearing. It's freaking King's Quest 6.
Anyway, yes, we are playing King's Quest 6. It is the Sierra Classic. The other side, the, if you will, the dark side of adventure games.
Oh, those are harsh words right there.
I was a LucasArts fanboy.
Oh, I see. You forgot the hilariously punny subtitle of the game, which is "Heir today, gone tomorrow."
Yes,
Yeah.
it's one of those types of games.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and let's get started with the intro of the game. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over here. And this game is very special because it's not their first CD-ROM game, but it's definitely one of the first games that they went all out with when they went CD-ROM on this one.
Oh yeah, they definitely did.
We have full motion video!
Made by Kronos, who did the Lawnmower Man and Batman Returns.
Yeah, that's what's all right. Tell them what's on the box. Tell them what's on the box.
Oh, okay. This game features more puzzles and a greater variety of challenges than any King's Quest episode. Multiple paths.
Sure.
Your choices determine the story's ending. There's two. Many hours of dialogue and narration by internationally famous actors.
So there were union actors on this.
Oh yeah, there's actually now I think about it, there's one actor that has come back into the limelight lately. If you like Telltale games, I'll point him out.
All right, so let's go ahead and play the opening here while we get a little taste of the story. This is a stunning 50 megabyte animated introduction created by Kronos, the special effects masters who brought you Batman Returns and the Lawnmower Man. Take it back. The file's only 33 megabytes on the disc. I even looked at it. It's like running into it's an uncompressed RGB video.
Maybe.
And it's palletized.
Maybe they compressed it. My whole life is a lie.
Long ago, in the castle of a kingdom called Daventry.
This is what I do. I just hang around my castle.
Yeah. So I want to point something out from the very start of this game.
Suppose I am.
Son, it's been
This game is about
You've got to pull yourself
this prince,
After
right?
all, you only met her that once.
And the whole
Have you discovered
the whole, like,
the land of the Green Isles?
impetus of his quest, his King's
No one's
Quest,
even
if you
heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I
is that he's looking for this girl
Try to think about something else,
who-
dear.
I'll try, Mother.
he met in the previous game for literally 5 seconds. Like he met her,
it's fine.
and he was
That's
like,
fine.
he's like, my lady. He actually said, my lady. He's like, my lady, could you please come? I'd love to visit you sometime. She's like, yeah, sure. And I'm sure she meant it like, yeah, I'm never going to see you again.
Yeah, she was
So he
like,
goes
add me as
home.
friends on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. So then she like comes home, or he comes home and he's like, oh, I'm so sad. And then he sees her in this mirror.
Yeah, creepy
which is
stalker.
probably Yeah, this whole game is literally about this creepy stalker who travels halfway across the world to go see this woman who he's only met for 5 seconds.
I would say it's a different dimension though, because it's like the rules don't even work right.
Alexander.
It's like not Daventry, right? That's Daventry.
White as a ghost.
Yeah, they're in Daventry. The whole game takes place in the land of the Green Isles.
In the mirror. The magic mirror?
Yes. And it showed
No, Mom, the other mirror. That's not magic.
The mirror in the Masturbatoria.
Oh. The one I look at myself in when it. No.
Oh. This is a 33 megabyte video file from the 90s.
Yeah.
So you know.
You could really tell that they expanded on it for the CD version, because like I played the disc version of this first, which didn't have voices. It only had voices in the intro.
Yes, and they were still.
They added a lot of extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, they added a lot of extra stuff to this intro, like this whole unnecessary scene with the seagulls flapping around. That's like, look, we got a CD-ROM. Look what we can do.
It was just like, CD-ROMs, bitch! We have CDs!
Yeah.
What do we do with the space? I don't know! Let's hire a bunch of union actors!
Animate some damn birds!
Oh, right, so he I didn't even know that he got on a boat to go over there. I always like skip the intro. Because I was a cutscene skipper back in the day.
Because he says he saw the stars outside her window so he could navigate with them. That's his only... he doesn't even have GPS.
GPS.
He's just like, all right.
It was only for the military
no
back in the 90s.
Well, this is in the game world. It's like the Middle Ages, so they really don't have GPS.
It's timeless though, right? It's a fantasy world.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's guard dogs.
There's guard dogs.
So
the Manny says global pelican system. GPS. Ye old GPS. Nice.
The pelican just like.
Also, what happened to his friends? He had friends on the boat. They have.
Oh, they're pirates. Do you see? One of them had an eye patch. He totally went on with some pirates.
He just hitched a ride.
That's his shtick, though, because he's the main character in King's Quest 3, and he hitches a ride with some pirates. So I guess when he goes on boats, he's just automatically drawn to pirates. That's just Alexander likes pirates.
turns to night, and the sea turns.
Maybe he played Monkey Island. Oh no, drama here. Oh no!
Get wrecked!
Oh.
Sorry, I said that. I'm sorry. Can we start over again?
Oh, the game's over. That's the ending.
Look at this logo right here.
That's like a 90s screensaver.
I know, that's like the Windows 3D text screensaver right there. And they just turned it into video.
It should have been in Comic Sans, I think. That would have helped. Now we get all the credits.
I wonder how many megabytes of space got wasted right here, because they didn't do iframe compression back in the day.
A lot.
So yeah, Ken and Roberta Williams, they were like, I'm not gonna say that they were the original adventure game people, but they were like the first they weren't the first graphical adventure people, but they were pretty close.
They were pretty important in the whole graphic adventure game scene. I mean, they used to mail out floppies in plastic bags.
Yeah, but that's like everybody. They were just, peddling their shit like it was drugs, We were addicted to this stuff as kids, so I mean, might as well.
Now, I want to point something out, which is that Jane Jensen wrote this game, which is one of the reasons it's one of the best King's Quest games.
Really? Who's Jane Jensen? Tell me about it.
So Jane Jensen is a game designer and writer who worked for Sierra. This was her first big project. She's more famous for having designed and written the Gabriel Knight series, which are very highly regarded.
Yes. I never got to play Gabriel Knight. I kind of want to, but I'm afraid to do it on a stream.
Alexander awakens.
Oh, that Gabriel Knight's pretty good.
Unfamiliar beach.
Oh, here we go.
He is too dazed to remember how he got here.
Too much drinking.
Then he does remember.
He does remember. The shipwreck. The sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea.
Well, that happened.
That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore. But of the
The Manny says, Alex wakes up trash on a beach. It's another average Saturday. There is no beach here, okay? There is no beach.
Survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Devontree.
So Emmy's asking me, is Alexander the real name or did you choose it? And Alexander is his name in the game.
Yeah.
And this is a point-and-click adventure game. So just like all Sierra games that use the SCI interface, there's the walk, the touch, the eye, and the talk bubble. Some of them had the mouth because you used to be able to lick, kind of like when we played Full Throttle.
Oh yeah. Space Quest had a smell and a lick icon, but
because it was a comedy
Quest
game.
Was the only one that did. Yeah.
I see something here shining. I'm going to pick it up.
A good plan.
Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach.
I'm going to need to be able to tell people I'm a prince.
I think you should point something out very important too. That this is also a Sierra game. So I think you should save your game and then walk into the ocean.
Okay, what happens if I walk into the ocean?
Oh, well, why don't you try it and find out, but save your game first.
All right, so normally before you touch anything in a Sierra game, you should save.
It's generally a good idea to save your game in Sierra games. Yes, that's a good idea. Right. To be fair, the game is going to give you fair warning. So just walk into the sea.
Yeah, that's Sierra Game 2.0.
The ocean is not as calm as it appears. Oh. Underwater currents tug at Alexander's legs.
Now, normally you'd say, okay, all right, fine.
All right, fuck
get
it.
Out of here.
No.
But you want to be adventurous, right? This is an adventure game.
You're supposed to explore,
walk a little bit further. Yeah, you're supposed to explore. Maybe you will meet some mermaids.
The underwater tow is amazingly strong here. It pulls ferociously at Alexander's legs.
It's like it's talking straight to me.
Alexander can retreat.
Oh, no.
The current grabs his legs. The shifting sand vanishes from beneath his feet. Against his best efforts, he is dragged out to sea.
Good voice acting. What's up, DX Raider? Welcome to the stream.
The currents around the island pull Alexander under. As Alexander struggles to the surface for the third and last time, he finds himself wishing he'd paid more attention to the warning signs of an undertow.
What do you mean, paid more attention? Oh, come on. So you better get used to seeing this scene and hearing this song.
Next.
I do want to say that this game...
Swept off your feet.
The cool thing about this game is that the game comes with this guidebook to the Land of the Green Isles, and it talks about like the cultures of death and stuff. It's a very rich world with a lot of cool lore and stuff.
Did they build that off of the previous games at all?
No, they didn't. This was actually, like I said before we started streaming, this was actually the first King's Quest game that made an effort to sort of establish its own world building and lore, and not just take fairy tale stuff and make a pastiche of it all. I mean, they still do a little bit of elements.
That. Yeah, they're still doing that.
Yeah, no, they're still doing that, but not as blatantly as the previous King's Quest games. Like, you're not going to meet Rumpelstiltskin or the Seven Dwarves or anything like that here.
But you do run into like 7 dwarfy looking guys, or 5.
Yeah, you run into 5. Yeah.
Later.
But they're their own thing. It's not like, oh, this is whatever. Anyway, but yeah, they talk about like the culture of death in the Land of the Green Isles and how like they believe in the land of the dead and all this stuff. So like when you die, you see Alexander going to the land of the dead, and then spoilers, because we're
no. Oh yeah, you're right. We probably won't get there.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably won't get there.
We're not gonna get there.
But that's a room that you actually get to go into.
Yeah, it is actually a room that you get to visit when you visit the Land of the Dead, and
addresses the odd
after seeing that death screen 800 times and finally seeing it for not being dead, it's like, oh,
yeah. The first time actually I walked into that death screen, I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you know, like because I didn't save. It was like I just changed screens, and then realized that I wasn't actually dead.
Yeah. What's funny is that you can die on that screen. And if you die on that screen, and you like leave and then come back. Which is weird.
You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
What happened to the royal family?
The Isle of the Crown. But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is
the land of the Green Isles. What's wrong with you?
Main island, foolish boy.
Then Princess
that's the other dog.
Cosima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasured jewel to guard.
Right, we just happened to land up in the right spot.
What are the odds?
I know. All right, well, just let me in. Come on.
Excuse me, guardsmen. Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cosima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
Uh-oh. Well, that's good, though, because I've got the solution here in my pocket. So if I look here, look at this.
Alexander's ring is made of the purest gold and has the insignia of the royal family of Daventry on its face.
Well, fuck yeah, let's use that. Royalty gets in, right?
Sure.
Boom, boom.
Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown Guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
And by the way, every text box fully voiced in this by union actors. It's like pretty cool.
I'm an acquaintance of Princess Cosima.
Yeah, so the Alexander's voiced by Robbie Benson, who played Beast, the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, the Disney film.
Let me just look at that ring.
And this guy that's going to come out now.
Oh, he's a super famous voice actor. He's like in everything.
Tony J. He was actually in Twin Peaks. He was in the original series of Twin Peaks for like 2 episodes, which was pretty funny. I just watched Twin Peaks recently, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Tony J."
Tony.
He's gonna be all like, "Hello, I'm a collie. My voice does not match this."
The guard comes a moment later with
I look like Lassie.
They said he's a majestic-looking creature, okay? You're right there, majestic-looking creature.
Yeah, but he looks like Lassie. He's a collie.
Prince Alexander of Daventry,
Look at him.
I presume. I'm afraid
That-
I'm
no,
unfamiliar
that
with
voice
your country,
does not
but I'm sure
match.
Wizir Al-Hazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend.
If I have a
of the
butler,
princess.
like, it just gotta sound like
Follow
him.
me.
Right? Like,
That
can
is
you
a good
imagine
butler
being
voice,
greeted,
yeah.
like, you pick up the phone, and you're just like, you're calling Pizza Hut, and, like, that guy answers the phone, it's like, hello, what would you
I
like?
would like
Lord
a
Al-Hazred, a visitor to see you.
pepperoni, please.
Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord.
Oh, you know who
But I
that guy
came to
is?
see
You know who the
Princess
voice of the
Cosima.
Vizier is?
No, who is it?
Some months ago, my father,
That is,
Graham,
if I'm not
saved
mistaken.
my family and I from imprisonment under an evil
Let me look up on
wizard named
Wikipedia real
Mordor.
quick so make sure I'm not mistaken.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cosima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom.
My
But I still
gratitude.
failed to see the purpose of your visit.
The one thing I used to do whenever these cutscenes would play is I put the crown on people.
Yeah!
He's got the crown. Ah,
You
yeah.
gotta do that. You
Oh,
gotta do
no,
that.
no,
That's
he's
like
got the
part of it.
crown.
She
Yeah.
gave me an invitation.
Oh,
to
okay,
visit.
yeah. All right, so the guy who plays
No doubt she did exactly
Al-Hazred,
that at
amongst
the time,
many other
Prince
roles,
Alexander.
is Townsend Coleman,
Things have greatly
who
changed
played
for
the Tick
Cosima
in
since
the
her
animated
ordeal in
Tick
Mordak's
series.
castle.
and he was Michelangelo
Cosima's
in
parents
Teenage
both
Mutant
became
Ninja
ill
Turtles,
and
the 80s
died while
cartoon.
she was
He still does voice acting
Cosima
today.
is sequestered
So-
in mourning
Oh, yeah,
for
he
them
totally
as
does.
befits a princess.
There's a lot of
She is
famous
not
voice actors in
receiving
this game,
visitors of any kind.
which is cool.
Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate.
So do dog royalty eat
You
their own
see,
poop, have
it is
others
time
eat it for them, or
Cosima
have others
take
poop
her
to eat?
responsibilities
That's a good question.
Seriously.
How does
With her
the
parents gone, she no
how does the
longer has
dog hierarchy
luxury
work
to
around
be a
here?
carefree maiden. As was her
'Cause the dogs
parents'
aren't the
wish,
royal- dogs are
Cosima
the
and
parents.
I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cosima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see.
Yeah, it's like, get the fuck
I
out of
suppose
here.
that I was mistaken.
You're number 2.
He's totally
I thought
he's cock
for
blocking
certain
him.
that
I know.
Basically.
Well, I apologize.
A
like,
young
no, no,
man
I'm the
sees
Wazir,
what he
I'm going to marry
wishes
her.
see.
Yeah, but he doesn't give
I'm
up, though.
sorry you've wasted your time
doesn't.
traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Yeah, but there's no way to get home.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
I said good day, sir.
Yep. And so, quick recap of the scene. Princess is not seeing you because she's getting married to the vizier, so get the fuck out.
You have had
Because her
your
parents are
hearing
dead.
with Vizier Al-Hazred. I trust you will respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
You will look good on my sword.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding.
So she's Batman. Yeah, well, I guess. Sort of.
Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
So, I guess we're just gonna go explore the island, because now the whole setup has been here. It's like, you got here, you're like, yes, I'm gonna see the girl! The girl does not want to see me. Whoops, there's this dude, he's getting in my way. Well, let's just go on an adventure.
Time to foil his plans.
I know. Because you learn later, and there's little interludes and stuff that, like, there's some fishy shit going on.
Oh, yeah.
So you walk into the store, or to the market, and let's just go straight to Allie's books here. So, right now, we actually have some interesting things that we can do. So, when we get to a choice, we're going to try something. This is new. I think we can run polls on Twitch for desktop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, so when we get to a poll, we're going to have to definitely run one. But
Ye oldie pawn shoppy.
Yeah.
Wait, no, this is not the pawn shop.
This is not the pawn shop.
Bookstore.
Yeah.
There's a
You cannot read
small
every
table
single
near the
book,
door that bears a
unfortunately.
sign.
This is not
The sign
Thimbleweed
has
Park.
undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please."
Yes, it's a
Only
free
one
item.
book remains.
It's not glued to the table, so it's an
I was
adventure
gonna
game.
I was trying to think of a clever joke to make about pence,
Alexander
but
picks up the book from
I'm
the
not
small
going
table.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
We can read this book, though.
Thanks.
Yeah. This book
And
is a
it's
solution to a puzzle. Solution to a couple
It
puzzles,
is.
actually. What's this book right here? I forgot this
Yes.
one.
You know?
There's a book entitled The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages on the small table in the reading area. It appears that some regular customer likes that book.
All right.
Because the pages are stuck together.
Oh!
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger
Sorry.
in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you?
This,
And what would you have me tell you?
this guy's
My
a
name is
Shriner because he's
Alexander.
wearing a fez,
I know
apparently.
I'm on
Yeah.
the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to
So
know
all
whether you
the
can
characters that you see running around,
And
they
if
were
there are
actually
other
all
islands nearby.
videotaped
You are
on
indeed
blue
a
screen
stranger.
because they were putting them into the game,
Anxious
correct?
Is the man who knows not the
Oh, yeah,
customs
I
of the
think,
land
there was
beneath
rotoscoping
his
done
feet.
in this game.
This
Yep.
island is called the Isle of
Yeah,
the
I think it was one of the
Crown,
early
because the
games to
royal
do it.
family's castle
I know.
is here.
I noticed in the later King's Quest that they went like complete cartoon again because honestly, I don't think it's the
Yeah,
right
they-
choice for this low resolution of graphics.
There are at least 3 other islands.
What, the cartoony
Isle of
thing?
the
Or
Sacred
this?
Mountain,
The rotoscope.
The Isle of
Oh.
the Beast, and the
Um,
Isle of Wonder.
It all depends, I'd say.
These three?
I mean, I've used rotoscoping in
no
low-res
one knows for
games,
certain?
and yeah, it looks all right.
No, but with the intricate details on his outfit, it just
Oh, yeah,
looks
sure.
weird and aliased as he walks around and stuff, you know.
Well, because there's also the fact that like Sierra didn't really do too much cleanup when they did their rotoscoping. Like they did some, but it does look like video footage that was kind of imported a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm like that looks kind of weird. But yeah.
But rotoscope, when you have high res, like an arcade machine like Mortal Kombat, this is the bomb, man.
Oh sure,
We
yeah.
love
If you're
that
gonna
stuff.
do like yeah, that kind, yeah.
Local
Um,
superstition.
Anyway,
We who
yeah.
live here
Yeah, somebody in the chat said they really like the perspective from behind the books. Yeah, the thing that I really like about a lot of Sierra games is that they had a lot of really creative foreground framing.
Ideally, a
And
young man
I've always
settles
loved this
knowledge,
background because it looks like you're
travel
peeking
to
out through the
their
bookshelf.
shores and learn about
Although
them
the perspective of
firsthand.
the book is the books
Meeting the
are
leaders of
off.
each place would be helpful,
But we won't
not
play Art Critic today.
So,
You actually develop a little bit of adventure games yourself, don't you?
I do, but I can't really talk about bad perspective because I've made a lot of games with really bad perspective because I'm not the person to talk. Like, it's pot calling the kettle black me.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, sometimes those art styles are what make it interesting, right? It's like hand-drawn animation, like the traditional Disney animation was all weird perspective, but that's what made it interesting. Because now when you look at things where they can be perspective correct all the time, aided by computers, it's not as fun.
Oh yeah. It looks sterile. It definitely gives it a lot more of a like hand-drawn, definite like I don't know, soul for lack of a better term.
Only magician this
Um,
kingdom has
but yeah.
ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end.
Uh-oh. I'm going to turn myself into an aardvark.
I never found the spells all that useful myself.
Spell book.
But then I lead a boring life.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
I'm just a bookseller.
if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange.
I don't understand why people on this island don't think that a book of spells is not marketable. It's like, it's obvious that magic exists here, okay?
Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of
Oh boy.
poetry.
Here we go.
Yep.
He reads,
It's happening. It's getting on.
thy hair, thy lips,
Bow,
thy
bow.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
all
I know
thy
I just
studied
met you.
female grace,
No,
but
let's
have
do.
for me,
come
maybe.
for thee, this broken breast.
I like yours better.
And another. Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there. Yikes. And another.
It's getting steamy in here.
What was it when I looked at you?
Oh, so
Power
I've heard a
has
rumor. I don't
chained
know
me
how
through
true it
and
is or not,
through,
but I heard
and
that this
binds my
poem,
heart
which
with
is the one that
links so
Alexander ends up
tight,
taking,
I cannot live
is
without
an actual
the
poem
sight
that
of
Ken
you.
wrote Roberta.
What nameless
Really?
thing has
Yeah.
captured me?
I don't know if it's
and
true or
made me
not, but
powerless to
I've
flee?
heard
What
from several
thing is
sources
it
that
with
is
a
the
name
case, so
that brings
That's
my
kind of cool.
hair
That's cool that they
Take
did
it.
that.
unto thee.
yeah.
The name
Although I
of
kind
love
of wonder if
cannot
he wrote the
apply.
"the" parts. I think
Its
maybe it
tongues
was
does not
based on a
decry
poem he
a
wrote to
haunted
her.
No, he definitely wrote that in there. They were big D&D nerds, weren't they?
heart makes for
That's
you.
why they made these games.
Were they? I
My
don't know.
soul
I thought that was
I thought-
the
I
thing.
don't know.
You.
I thought it was Lori and Corey
A
Kohler
little
were the
close
D&D
to home,
nerds.
that one.
I don't know.
Alexander returns the whole poem.
I don't know as much about the Sierra games as you do, but I just remember that they
Okay.
got a Lifetime Achievement Award when they did the first video game award
That's
show.
right, they did.
And I was just like, hell yeah, that's like such a good award to give it to people. And then they were
Yeah.
just like, hey, by the way, there's a new King's Quest coming. I was like, it was just a shell. No, but they definitely
And then
deserve
the
it.
guy took off the hat and everyone was like, oh, what a disrespectful thing to do.
Alexander picks up the
But,
fallen
yeah.
page. It's the love poem he particularly liked.
Yeah, so
must have
I
fallen
changed
out
my
of the
my
poetry
phone's
book.
email noise. You know, the iPhone email noise is normally just like, meh.
Oh, you changed it to the
I
Sierra
changed it to
pickup
the
object?
score noise of the score noise from King's Quest 6. So and every time you score, I have this Pavlovian response now. I'm like, oh shit, I got an email, but I didn't.
And when he says score, for the uninitiated, he's not talking about doing the nasty. He's talking about the score here. So in Sierra Adventure games, they gave you a score list of, hey, here's all the possible things you could do in the game that contribute to it. So it lets you know when you 100% the game. And sometimes there are things in there that are not score worthy. So the things that they thought, yeah, Manny says you have to score 231 times the score. That's right.
Wow.
Things that they thought were noteworthy. And it's not that they're 231 actions. It's some things are worth like 5 or 6 points, you know.
Oh yeah, sure.
So it also lets you know like how important something was when you did it. All right.
It's really just a good way to know how far in the game you are. That's really the only purpose it serves.
Alexander rests his feet
Yes.
for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages.
So this is the interesting thing. It's like you really get into like the world and being able to do stuff in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that we're skipping here anyway, because I just want to be able to show you this game instead of just like, we're in the library for 30 minutes. And obviously you're going in and out of rooms like, oh, what else is there to explore? Like, let's talk to this guy over here.
Good day, Pepper.
I've got a magic lamp! If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps?
I don't know why I remember this dialogue exchange so well.
There's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides,
I'd be richer than a king. I could finally afford a hat that's not made out of newspaper.
Alexander will have
So
to
if
deal
you-
with the lamp seller if he wants.
One of the voice actor, well, the voice actor is the guy in the pawn shop,
lad.
is he's Dave Fennoy, who you might know now from as Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, the Telltale game. By the way, in addition to being a huge adventure game nerd, I'm also a huge voice actor nerd. So,
But you know what? That's good.
For new.
Oh my god, he's talking and he's stopping everything. So like every voice action in this like always stops the game. This is also a really super famous voice actor as well.
yeah, that's the guy. That's Dave Fennoy.
Good day, merchant.
So King's Quest is a
What can you
prequel to
tell me
Walking
about
Dead.
the
Good to know.
land of
Yes,
the Green
it
Islands?
is.
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without
I mean, he's
the
doing
very
like a
communication between
Caribbean
the islands
accent
has
here,
ground
but-
to a halt,
It's the
and
90s.
So nearly has my
Yeah.
business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But
I love this guy's
I
voice.
am a
It's
shopkeeper,
like
not a politician.
It's
and
like
can only hope for better days.
smooth something.
He's smooth.
Smooth jazz. I could listen to this guy read the phone book. He's amazing.
Maybe they should have got him to read the phone book in Thimbleweed Park.
Ah, not a bad idea, actually.
Alexander takes a closer look at the items on the counter.
All right, let's see what we got here. So these are all items that we can pawn for. Ooh, I have a penny. What should I get first?
You do.
I could pawn one of these things. I forgot what I need first. Because you have to keep coming back to this island to like do different puzzles on different parts of the island.
Get the Nightingale first.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I should get that first.
I'm interested in that mechanical nightingale on the counter.
What do you desire to give me in trade? The items on the front counter are all of equally slight value, worth only a copper or two. They are handy.
The man, he
items,
says,
nevertheless.
pawn your skeleton, obviously.
Well, someone already did.
He won't take your ring either if you try. He says it's too valuable, if I remember right.
Yes.
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander
Thank
looks
you.
at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Yeah, right. I gotta get the Nightingale.
Yeah.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing.
But that's only one part of the puzzle. That's not the whole thing.
Very
Oh, no.
well.
You have to
Your
use all of
coin
those
is well
items at least
spent.
once.
Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
Oh shit, I got an email.
So there you go. That was the score button, and that was worth 2 points
Yes.
right there.
Right.
That's really that
But you only get
you would put that as your ringer, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. Well, he's got a little
Alexander
idle
takes a
animation. He
minute.
takes off his glasses. That's pretty cool.
Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make sure he hasn't lost anything.
Are you touching yourself?
Whoops.
This is a kid's game.
There's nothing else I have to do in here, is there?
I don't believe there is right now.
I gotta come back in here like 50 times anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. See, again with the great foreground object. Now I think if you go back to the tree, there's this thing, something has changed.
Yes.
No, it hasn't. Ooh, interesting.
Mr. Wong says
All right,
he
'cause
wants to put that sound as his Tinder notification sound.
Oh man, yeah, there you go. Swipe left. Doo-doo-doo. That's your score noise, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, seriously, it's got like a couple meanings.
Alexander doesn't want to disturb the...
But yeah, this game plays a lot on like triggering things.
Sweet sunny tune.
By which I mean, like, if you do, like, certain things won't happen unless you do something else first.
And that's what makes this game a little frustrating to play. Sierra games have always had some sort of frustrating thing that's, like, not obvious. Like, LucasArts games generally tend to just gate you off from going in there or do something that's, like, super obvious, like telling you, like, hey, it
but you
changed.
can definitely get stuck in, you can get stuck in dead ends in this game, which is
Alexander
not.
examines the tree's hollow, but finds nothing of interest.
I thought that this was the first Sierra game that they got rid of the dead ends.
Nope, there's dead ends in this game.
So save. Shit, I clicked on something without saving. Fuck you, no!
No! No, you're all right. You haven't irreparably screwed up the game yet.
Yet.
I like how you saved it mid-walk. But, like, go back in the bookstore real quick, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, alright, let's go back in here. I think I've got
There's a
everything
character in the bookstore that shows up.
Again?
There he is.
How may I help you?
Yeah. So this dude, Jalo, first of all, Jalo is one of my favorite characters.
Jalo's got an awesome voice. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Prince Alexander. How are you?
Good day, sir.
Who's the voice actor? He's got to be famous,
Tell me
too.
about the land of the Green Isles.
I don't know, but he's definitely doing an impersonation of
I have
Edwin.
no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried about the princess.
He's doing an impersonation of
Excuse me
Edwin,
again,
who was the voice of the
You
Mad
mentioned
Hatter
the
in
princess.
Alice in
I
Wonderland.
told you I'm not interested in talking to strangers.
I really don't think it's Edwin.
Determined to learn
Yeah, no,
more
'cause
about
Edwin
the
died in
strange man's
1966.
relationship with the princess, Alexander
Right,
shows
so-
the man his insignia ring and
So
formally
you what you just
introduces
did here
himself.
is you gave him your ring,
sorry
but
to
you could have
insist.
easily learned
My
about
name is
the magic
Alexander
map.
Daventry, and
Because this
appreciate
dude
the
at
offer
the
of
bookstore
ring,
told you to go talk to the guy at the
but I'm
ferry, right?
afraid I'm already
Yeah.
spoken. Daventry?
Yeah. So
Where
if you'd
have I
gone to
heard
talk
of
to him and
Daventry?
the guy at the ferry told you about the magic map, you could have like completely done this whole.
Cassina told me about you when she arrived.
You could have gone and like traded your ring for the magic map and never gotten it back, and then you wouldn't have been able to convince Jalo that
you know
you're you.
Cosima?
Yeah,
And
but
if
you don't
hadn't
need
done
to do that to win the game, though, right?
I saw her briefly when she first
You don't,
returned
unless
home.
you take the good path, which you end up in the castle at the end of the good path, and you could have played the whole game and done like the whole good path, and then you run into Jalo, and he's like, "Who are you? Get out of here!" And then there's no way to win.
It's too late.
What? That's a big fuck you if
Yeah,
I've ever heard
no.
it.
It is said they died of
It really is, yeah. I mean, if you do the sad ending or the not great ending, then it doesn't matter. But
The sad
if you
ending.
intend to do like a
terrible.
if you intend to do the complete good ending playthrough,
Seems to despair with
you
the
need to make
least of
friends
his-
with Jalo.
You know, the sad ending playthrough for me is going all week and not getting a pizza on Friday, okay? That's a sad ending.
It's a rather dated tradition.
First world problems, baby.
The Wazir says
Yeah,
she
yeah,
insisted
fair
on
enough.
Respect.
I see.
I like how they added the
Just
little
say
details of
you are,
Jalo's
and how you know the
in these high-res character portraits. They added little details like Jalo's.
My name is Jalo.
He turns
I
his
am
head.
crowned to the royal court and had been since the marriage of Cosima's parents, King Calipham and Queen Alaria.
Let's see if it
Those
plays
were the
Jalo.
happy days. The pair of them were so
Oh.
full of joy in life, so in love. And Cosima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip, kind and sweet. Oh, she means everything to this kingdom, Alexander, and to me. I'm so terribly worried about her.
Oh, Alexander.
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Wazir or his plans for Cosima. I'm still living at the Castle of the Crown as court clown, his clown. But it is more to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty.
I'm a
I
squatter.
wish I knew what the princess thinks these days.
They're still giving me 3 squares every day, but I don't do shit.
I might be able to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion. Now I'm afraid I must hurry back to the castle. I'll try to return to the bookshop again later.
Thank you.
Oh,
for
you know
speaking
what's a
with me,
fun
Jalo.
thing that you can do that's a
I
cool
hope
little
we meet
detail?
again
You can
soon.
follow him back to the castle.
All right, we're doing it.
Do it.
Prince Alexander's already a stalker, so I mean, fuck.
Yeah,
What's another?
Go stalk the clown.
That walk.
Yeah, he's got a funny walk cycle. And where's the?
The nightingale. He mentioned the nightingale. He says you got to find the nightingale. So I bet it appears now.
Yeah, probably. That is one hell of a walk cycle.
I know, and I have to watch the whole thing, and the crown just.
Hey, Alexander, is this your sailboat? Why don't you come down here? We all float down here. See, that reference is relevant again.
He says mostly walking like a gang member.
Jollo. Greetings, my fine furred friends.
Let me in, please.
Alright, so I followed him in. Now I just walk in behind him, just pretend like I'm part of the clown crew.
Hi, I'm with the clown.
We are under
I'm just gonna talk like this for the rest of the day. I'm sorry.
You gotta stay in character at least for the next month, though.
No, I'm really not. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah,
That would be terrible.
You're gonna do it.
No, I'm not.
You're gonna do it.
No.
Alright, so I followed him back. Like, what's the point?
Oh, nothing. You just get a fun little scene where he talks to the guards. That's it. There's really nothing.
The bird has not appeared here yet.
Chuck McCann played Jollo. And he...
Famous voices. What are they?
DuckTales. He was in... I've got my IMDb open here. All filmography. Let's see. Actor. Man, he was in 163 things.
Yeah, voice actors stay busy. They do a lot of stuff.
They do.
So here's the funny thing.
He was Duckworth in The Butler. He played the butler Duckworth in
Alexander.
So I'm already here. I'm on the island. I'm like, I can't see Princess Casima. I think about her every day. And he's just like, oh, here's another girl.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those.
Oh shit! There's an Easter egg here.
I've told
you
there's an Easter egg here.
Times. Those
let me see if I can. Hold on. I'm gonna look up how to trigger it.
You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning. And get your veil back on. No one wants to look at your face. Yes, stepmother.
Okay, hang on. I'm looking this up.
Want to intrude on private property unless
this is. You think I'm a nerd? You think I'm a nerd? But there's somebody who went into like the resource files of this game and found an animation of the stepmother in this screen, and they're like, oh, this must be an Easter egg, and they went into like the game's source code and looked up how to trigger it.
So people didn't know about it.
No, it's an Easter egg that's been hidden for literally like 20 years.
All right, show me. How do I do it? How do I do it?
Well, I'm looking it up because it's one of those weird Easter eggs where you have to click like a very specific part of the screen a certain number of times and.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've got it kind of paused right now so it doesn't go while it's going.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter because like here we go. There's a YouTube video on how to do it apparently. Let me see what the description. If it gives you the description.
No, you gotta watch the whole fucking thing, of course.
I don't want to watch it. I want to know what it is.
A pot etched by the natural elements of the island decorates the porch.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess I do have to watch the whole video.
The house is made of stucco and an architectural style native to the island. Red roses beautifully cover the top of the house's fence and gate arbor.
Just look at that real quick while I watch this video.
Yeah, I'm like looking at it.
It's only like 2 minutes. It's only a 2-minute video. It shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. But this is the insane part about this is like look at how much detail that they shoved into like everything that's here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this was back in the day when you got like a hotspot description for like pretty much everything.
I know.
Which is pretty.
Most adventure games don't do that anymore. I don't know if it's because players like don't look at them, or is it just because it's time?
I don't know.
Full entry to the warm sea breeze.
Okay, hang on. This doesn't really. This just shows you what they're doing.
Wooden door.
Okay, hold on.
The house is made of
so she goes inside.
Architectural.
Okay.
This is really compelling.
I know.
Okay. So, all right.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
There's no reason to touch that.
No, there's no reason to touch that.
Alexander is standing on Third Street. Alexander has
Oh.
to invite
Yeah. All right. Very good.
Alexander can't read. Alexander is the pot cannot be.
Okay. So while we're doing this, okay. So talk to the. Okay. You see the gate there?
Yeah.
Talk to it 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, the door's squeaking. I'm gonna blaze the audio on this in case like something good happens.
Squeak.
Okay. All right. So that's
3 times.
Okay. So now, right. Okay. So now switch to the hand icon, and you see the top left corner there where the palm trees are. I'm like pointing to it on my screen.
Yeah.
Go up to like the top left corner. Or there's like a little break in the palms. Like you see, there's a brown spot.
Here, you just have to look at it. Just be like up, down, left, right.
Go up. All the way to the left. Okay, but just under. Okay, so that brown thing that's right near the finger there.
Yeah.
You see that brown spot? Okay, now that blue patch immediately to its right.
Yeah.
Okay, click the hand on it.
There's no reason to touch that.
Okay.
All right, now switch to the eye icon. Don't move the mouse. Look at it. Click on
Alexander
it.
is standing on a dirt street leading through the village. To his right
I hope
is
this
a crown
works.
house
I know.
with a private yard. The yard is surrounded by a gated fence and
All right, and then what do I
filled
do
with
next?
rose hedges.
Then
The street
switch to the
continues
talk
off
and
to the
talk to it.
northwest, from which direction Alexander can feel a light sea breeze. There is no reply.
Now talk to the front door.
All right, here we go.
Oh, it worked!
Holy shit! What is this? Call the ESRB! This game is not E for everyone. This is not E for everybody.
No, it's not.
Holy shit!
Oh man, I'm so happy that worked.
The Manny says you should have mooned her first. Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, see, that's one of the things I love about adventure games is that it's super easy to put in stuff like that.
And people don't
And then
know.
no one ever finds it. Yeah, like who's gonna do that?
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
That sounds like Leonardo's voice right there.
Yeah, that's the same voice actor as the Vizier. Also, you notice that this character, along with many, has gold eyes, just like that guy.
Come on.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
I don't lead the Ninja Turtles
on,
at all. Alright, let's do it. Peer pressure. Fuck it.
Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump
Looks
off
like
the pier.
I guess the hair kind of does look like Trump. It's baby Trump.
Powerful currents grab Alexander.
Oh no!
Struggle as he might.
Fuck, the sea is too strong!
Pulled out
Oh
to
no!
sea.
He's such a strong swimmer. That or Alexander's like the worst swimmer ever.
Yeah.
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Well, I mean,
Help me!
Sorry, I think not.
You're fucked, dude.
As his head submerges for the 3rd time, Alexander finds
Why is it
himself
always the
pondering
3rd
the
time?
wisdom of going out on a limb.
It's the line,
with a
man.
stranger.
There's other lines that play that, but that line plays like at the end when you're getting died. All right, the Manny. Yep, that's good. He says get dunked.
Alexander couldn't handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
Ah, there should be a better zinger there.
yeah, there was no pun.
I know.
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
Fuck you, dude. I ain't joining your shit.
Yeah, go swim
What are
away
you waiting
somewhere else.
for? I said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
It's funny because he's like trying to get you killed like the whole time.
Yep.
That's
Oh.
strange.
Yeah, there's no line
The
there.
boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Poof.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, what do you want?
Holy shit! I forgot about that guy. His high-res portrait is really
Alexander
weird.
is already... There's no reason
I
to
think you
be-
just gotta talk to
There's
him. You
no-
don't have to show him anything.
Oh, I thought I've just been doing that the whole time. Fuck.
Huh.
Like the worst knocking ever.
I said the ferry's out of business. What do you want to keep bothering me for?
Because I'm a dick.
Excuse me.
Just
My
keep
name is
standing there, knock on
Alexander.
the door, never say
The owner
anything.
of the bookshop in
Yeah,
the village
just stare
told
at
me
him.
You might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old
The Manny says if you show the ring to random people, one of them should assume you're proposing to them. Is that a joke in this game?
I understand. I'd just like
no,
to
I
talk
don't
to you
think it
about
is,
the
which is a
islands if you
shame.
don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside.
Dude,
It's
you can
funny
see the
because,
blue outline on his
What is it you wanted
clothing
to talk about, young man?
Yeah,
from the blue
Yeah.
screen.
they didn't. Yeah, they didn't really bother cleaning him up.
Well, no, that's why
Um,
Alexander's wearing green.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Alexander has this one weird stripe
I'm
of
a visitor
turquoise
to
underneath
these
his
islands. I'd like
yellow
to learn
scarf.
what I can.
He's always had a dual
So you
scarf.
said outside.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
See, this is why
weird.
rotoscoping's bad for this.
why
You can't
has
see the
the
details you need
island's
to.
only ferry been dried up?
Yeah.
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the island?
The
Can
Manny.
you marry the clown?
Yeah, he wants us to marry the
I
clown.
wish you could.
Very close.
Oh, Alexander, I thought you'd never ask.
Again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't do like a prequel of this game because it feels like there's so much history that they don't show or see that they could have done
Perhaps
it.
if the ferry were repaired.
Well,
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's
It's-
no longer even seaworthy.
I don't know how to put it, but like you meet Casima at the end of King's Quest V, like I mentioned, which is where Alexander shows up
Some way to get off
and
this
says, "Oh yeah, I'll come visit you." But, like, this is really direct
map. The owner
Or-
of the pawn shop can tell
I don't
you
know,
more
but-
about that.
No, but they could have done something about the islands here. They could have done a spin-off series, right?
Sure.
King's Quest,
Well,
The Teenager
yeah.
Chronicles.
oh,
You know, like trying to think of like young adult fiction, how it's like got a lot of stuff to do with what do you call it?
well, this is young adult fiction. Alexander's like 18.
What? He's 18.
Alexander's a kid.
Tell me more.
Yeah,
about
he's
the
not. He's not.
No
that-
wonder why he's
Yeah,
thinking
he
about
is
the girls
18.
all the time. He's not doing anything else.
Of course.
It's like fucking get
He's
your
18
shit
because
together,
in
man.
Quest 3, in King's Quest 3, he's working as a slave for a wizard, and he frees himself. And it's like the wizard kills his slaves when they turn 18, and that he's like about to turn 18. So he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta get away from this wizard."
Yeah,
And
and
he
then
does.
then he becomes the prince that gives him the chance to slack off the whole time, thinking about girls.
Yeah, but
Should be running the kingdom.
But the timeline between King's Quest, well, he's not. He doesn't have to worry about it. He's just the prince. But
I see you.
the timeline between King's Quest 3 and King's Quest 6 is only a few months. It's not like years pass between them.
Yeah, but years pass between
So-
the development of the games. Holy jeez, this game was like
Oh,
1986
yeah, well, sure.
from the first King's
Well,
Quest.
this game was the first King's Quest was 1983, I think,
Yeah.
and this one was 1992. So yeah, but I mean, come
I
on,
think I'll be going now.
Been like 10
Thanks
years.
for allowing me into your home.
yeah.
Posh, not at all.
But between King's Quest 1 and King's Quest 6 was only a couple of years, because King's Quest 5 came out in 1990. So it was only 2 years.
Okay. So,
But yeah,
I am-
Alexander's a kid.
so I've got the rabbit's foot. That's all I
Basically.
needed out of there. He can go screw himself. He's
Oh, yeah.
not running his boat.
Well, he also told you about the magic map, so now you can go ask about it at the pawn shop.
Yep. And what's the good way to get the magic map instead of giving your Daventry ring? Or do you
Oh,
or do
well,
you
no,
give
you
it
have
now?
to give your Daventry ring.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, no, you give it. You have to give the Daventry ring, but you
wanna-
can get it back later.
You want to talk to Jalo first, though, to show him.
Yeah, but you already took care of that, so that's not a problem. You can feel free to trade away all your worldly
Excuse me,
possessions now.
merchant, But the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it.
I forgot I had this thing that lets you teleport around, and there's no way to get between the islands, and it's like a serious economic problem for all of us.
It was useless magical junk mostly, which...
It's useless!
I've still got
It's not like someone could make a killing with this stuff.
Anyway, the magic map was the one true
This guy
treasure
has
in the lot.
no
The wizard was
entrepreneurial
quite old and
drive.
feeble.
I know, he's just like, I'll take all your shit back even if you don't like it.
It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted
He's
on
just
the
scared
map
of magic.
to find oneself
That could be a
there.
thing.
It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine.
Or that.
Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
Also, everybody in this kingdom is
I would
xenophobic.
normally want something magic
Yeah,
in
it's
return.
it's alright.
Since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of...
Manny says it's written in crayon.
It's magic crayon, though.
It's magic, yeah. So here we go. Gonna trade the family ring. Don't need it anymore. No one wants to marry me. It's a bunch of dudes on this island.
Would you be willing to take my family ring?
There's 2 women on the island.
Magic map?
As far as I know.
Oh, there's another thing. So, like the Nightingale, right?
Yes.
If you give the Nightingale the ring, that's how you identify yourself to Cosima, but you can totally give the Nightingale the ring before you trade it for the map, leaving you in another dead-end situation.
family heirloom.
The ring does mean
Wait a
lot to
second, wait a second. Did
I didn't always have a family, you know.
No,
Hang back, have I fucked
you're
up?
all right now because you didn't mess it up because
there are more important things.
you'll be able to like trade back the map, the ring right away.
Map, Prince
But
Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value...
Okay, so should I get the ring
Come
back?
back for your ring. I would
To do the
No,
Nightingale
you get
puzzle?
down for gold.
no, because if you do the Nightingale puzzle, you won't be able to get the map back.
Oh, and then you're fucked?
You are out in the open.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do it at the very end when you're ready to storm the castle, and you've done all the...
Well, no, you can do it before because you get an item that you can trade back for your ring.
Thank you.
Oh,
quickly
okay, yeah.
And I'll remember about the map.
Emmy says
Am
she
I
wants
the
to
only
slap
one
the
who
prince.
wants to
Yeah.
Slap the prince. No, he's kind of a whiny jerk.
He's kind of
In
slappable.
the concealing cloak
Yeah.
sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily.
I like
out
his
of the pawn
wobbly
shop.
walk cycle.
I know. This is pimp walk. Sorry, there's a lot of Saints Row fans in here, so there's a pimp cane in Saints Row 1, and they like had a special walk cycle with it.
Oh, right, of
I
course.
followed Prince Alexander as you wished. From the pawn shop owner, he just abstained. Just reprieved. He just got a magic map. You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that. Yes, master. Now,
Yeah,
what is
this-
this about
Manny said wasted.
He does get wasted when he eats
Prince
mints.
Alexander could travel anywhere as Bickley.
Is that like a common thing where like genies get drunk off sugar?
Well, no, but in the guidebook to the Land of the Green Isles, there's a section about genies, and it says that every genie has a weakness.
Oh, and his weakness is the mints? That's it?
This particular genie's weakness is mints. Yes.
He's fucking drunk on the job. He's not even that good of a genie.
No, he's not.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. So you can tame the Nightingale with the mechanical Nightingale,
Correct.
but yeah, you need to get your ring back before you can do anything useful with it.
Alright, so it's time to leave the island, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Nightingale's
Except
there.
now you can, yeah, and you can go ahead and do the Nightingale thing, but
Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale.
actually, also I think
Places
you
it
can
on the
send.
ground.
There's 3 gifts that you can send Cosima, but you're supposed to send the ring first so she knows who that's coming from.
So she doesn't
But I'm
just
pretty
throw this
sure
shit away. He's like, what is
Yeah,
this?
I'm pretty sure that you can send the gifts first without identifying yourself, and she's just like, "Oh, where did this come from? What could it mean?"
And looks at Alexander curiously, as if she were deciding that this human might not be so bad.
Bird's in charge now.
Yeah, King Bird.
King Bird. Alright, so, I don't know what the items are to send. I just kind of just go bloop, bloop, bloop.
You can send the love poem, but I would save my game before you try it just in case it fucks you up if you...
Well, yeah, but think about this. I'm going to have to go through the whole game. Because that was what happened if you're like, fuck, that was the decision I needed to make all the way at the beginning of the game, and then you have to play through the whole thing all over again. And that's why LucasArts will always be superior to Sierra games.
Yeah.
Because they did not value your time. They wanted you to be on that fucking hint line. It's long. It's
They did. It's true. It's very true. But they have a certain charm. Get that bird. Here comes that bird. Okay. Fair enough.
The man, he says it's the Dark Souls of point and
click.
click.
Send the poem. It is.
No, I'm not doing it.
Just say.
I want to finish the game.
You can reload your game.
No, I'm not. Oh.
Reload your.
Yeah, and then play the whole thing all over again.
You don't have to play the whole thing all over again.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna beat this.
If you send the poem, and it fucks you up, you can just reload to before you sent the poem and just not send it.
And then play the whole game all over again.
Okay.
Because I won't know until the very end of the game that it screwed me up or not. When I what? I got the wrong ending. What the?
It's not that intricate. But go ahead, continue with the game. Let's not worry ourselves with this nonsense about multiple endings.
Alexander pulls out his
2.
magic map.
Oh yeah, Oh.
All right, so this is the land of the Green Isles. So you can actually click an island and auto die.
No, you can't auto die.
Yeah, you can. I thought there was one that you went to one of the islands and you were dead right away.
No, that's one of the islands that appears later, and you go. It happens if you go there twice. For now, you're safe.
Wow.
Don't worry.
You really know this game a lot.
I do know this game. I told you, I've played it a lot.
All right, let's go to
the
Sacred
Mountain.
Mountain.
So I see Emmy Saints Row Gang. I wonder what this person is a fan
Alexander
of.
pulling sensation.
Emmy Saints Row Gang asks, question, did the prince already meet the princess before, or is he simply completely desperate?
Yeah,
well,
it could appear that way if you have not played King's Quest V.
Yes to both of those questions, because he did technically meet Princess Cosima, but as I mentioned, so all of King's Quest V, Alexander and the rest of the royal family are trapped inside this jar. And then they all get miniaturized and they get put into this glass jar. And at the very end, King Graham, the father, he's gone on his king's quest, and he frees them. And Princess Cosima is working as a scullery maid in like the castle of this. Oh shit! You have to go back to the island and get the invisible ink, or else you're gonna die with the gnome. Actually.
Oh, do I not have the invisible ink?
You don't have the invisible ink, but you can get the pearl without triggering the gnomes right now, so it's all good.
Alexander
just don't walk too far into the island right now, and you'll be all right.
Why aren't you
just gotta talk
like
to the
other oysters?
Anyway, or oyster, sorry. Anyway, yeah. So, oh god, I hate that voice.
Terrible ache in my mouth.
Blaze that voice.
Ugh.
So this book that I have is incredibly boring. I'm trying to remember. There's another puzzle like this in another game that does the same thing where you read an incredibly boring book.
Yeah, Day of the Tentacle.
Yes! They stole it
from
them.
Day of the Tentacle has a... Yeah, they did.
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey,
where was I?
Be great.
Oh, this is a QTE, by the way. It's like a primitive QTE.
And it's so bad if you had a super fast computer, it would be like, and then close. Remember that shit?
I wish it made that sound effect when it
stretched over the total of
that would be fantastic.
8 bottles of wild
anyway, going back to the thing. Yeah, so when Graham frees everybody... Oh shit.
I missed it.
Of precise measurements.
Now I gotta listen to this bullshit.
Again.
3,023,000.
Yeah. So when Alexander and the family get released from the thing, from the spell, he's there, and Cosima comes out, and Graham's like, "This is Princess Cosima. She helped me get through the castle." And Alexander's like, "Oh, Princess Cosima, I would love to come visit you someday."
Alexander
and she's like, "Yeah, sure." And then she immediately gets zapped back to the land of the Green Isles, and they immediately get zapped back to Daventry. So, yes, Alexander only met her for literally 10 seconds. And then he becomes obsessed with her, being a horny teenager.
Yes, because he's stalking her.
His oyster friends.
Yeah.
He's being all creepy.
So then he happens to see her.
Hey, what happened to my participle? It's gone.
Oh, it went away.
Yeah, it went away.
Oh, that's a bug.
Is that am I fucked?
Nah, you're all right. I'm sure it'll come back when you come back here.
Yeah, well, let's save it just in case.
Well, if you're fucked, then you're saving the game. Then you're perma fucked.
All right. Where's the invisible ink?
It's in the pawn shop owner is gonna dump out a bunch of shit into a pot when you go back into that screen, and you
Alexander
get it from there.
feels a strange pulling sensation.
It's kind of weird. They keep saying all these things at me in third person.
Yeah, I like some of the Sierra games did that third person narration thing, which is kind of cool. But
you know, it's cool that they did the narration for all that stuff, but man, there's so much that does not need to be said, because games now are more about showing instead of telling.
Yeah.
And like they hadn't gotten that through their heads yet. They're just like, we have full voice, let's put the whole thing on there.
Well, also keep in mind it's a low-res game and they have like limited animations, so single thing. And they had technical limitations
Alexander
too.
sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot.
Yeah, we see.
It's like
that.
I already saw it. Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Like that's all it needs to be. That's the line.
Don't narrate his bowel movements. Alexander enters the toilet.
His bowels rumble as he thinks about the explosion that's about ready to happen. Alright, I have the invisible ink. Now I can complete the puzzle.
Yes, but you can also, before you leave, you can go in and trade in the pearl for your ring again.
But don't I need the pearl?
No, the pearl exists only for trading it in for the ring.
Really? I thought that you needed the pearl for another puzzle.
Prince Alexander.
No. No, you give Cosima... Oh god, I'm not even gonna go there. Never mind.
You give her the pearl, and then she's like, fuck that, I don't want that.
I found this large. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
I don't think a bird would be able to clutch a pearl very well in its...
Of course you are.
Talons.
You would be cold-hearted if you felt any different.
Like,
I'm happy
drop
to
the
see
pearl.
a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
I don't think that's not the sound that Nightingales make.
Alright, so now we can complete this puzzle. So when you walk onto the island, I should probably fuck it up really royally, just to show them what happens.
Okay.
Because that's the thing, in Sierra games, when you died, it was kind of fun actually finding all the deaths in a weird way. Like if you weren't frustrated by the fact that you died and you just saved before you hit everything, you didn't find that frustrating, which almost everybody did. But if you didn't find it frustrating, like hitting save before you did everything, finding the deaths and seeing the little quips and seeing the animations were actually like kind of a treat.
Alexander
in a weird
pulls
way.
out his magic map.
So basically it was preparing people for playing League of Legends so they could just die all the time for like a year before they learn how to win anything. Isle of Wonder.
Sure, we'll go with
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Hey everybody, say hi to Sophie. She's in chat. Hi Sophie Wright.
Hi Sophie.
All right, there's the participle. How do I go out there without dying?
You don't. You have to wait until you solve the puzzle with the gnomes and it'll float over to you.
Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the perma-fucked state.
Alexander hears someone coming.
Do you think that's one sprite right there that they just put together?
5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man, said he, with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If man it be, then man it dies.
I'm glad that they like telegraph right up front. It's like, yeah, if you're a man, you're gonna die. Because like in Sierra games, they never telegraph that you're gonna die. They're just like, hey, guess what? All right, so
Yeah.
I seem to remember you could do this. I'll just let him smell the mint.
Sure.
Alexander holds the item out for the gnome with the stupendous
but
nose.
it's generic.
My nose cannot be tricked that way. The smell of man still rules the day.
Ew.
A man, so say our nose, into the waiting sea goes.
Yep. And then they get to throw this guy who's like never touched a pool before in his fucking life into
Well,
the
also
sea.
he's wearing a stupid scarf that's gonna sink him.
I know. That thing must...
The gnomes toss Alexander too far out into the sea for him to get his...
They're like, oh, the undercurrent, it's so strong! But it's written from like his perspective. The fact is that he's just terrible at swimming.
Is he gonna go under 3 times again?
No. Different line.
Yeah, dude. That was a lot of bubbles.
I know.
He evacuated his bowels before dying. Or after he
Those
died.
gnomes couldn't reach a consensus.
Menamir just says, yeah, did I watch a snuff film? Why, yes, you did. Welcome to
did.
Sierra Adventure Games,
Sierra
where
Adventure
every
Games
click
are all
could be a
snuff
potential snuff film.
It's true. I have a sound effect for that, but the moment has passed.
All right, let's see if we can do this puzzle for real this time. So, actually, you know what?
Okay.
Let's go ahead, and I think I can put up a poll.
Alexander hears...
Let's see if we can do a poll here.
Oh, are we gonna crowdfund this puzzle? Oh, never mind.
5 dear stars of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man, said he, with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If mad,
All right, so I just created a poll.
it dies.
I'm not sure if it pops up in Twitch chat, so you guys are going to have to tell me how that works.
Control, smell your smell. Do that.
That's it. There's giveaways too. You should give away.
Give away a death.
Yeah, sure.
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Tom Trow I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more.
There we go. Oh, you're right. It did float up front. Yeah.
As you swore, with your ears, please tell us more.
So this puzzle is actually not too difficult to do as long as you have the items, but good fucking luck getting all the items.
Yeah, and figuring out that it's invisible ink.
Alexander
You know
winds
though because you read the bottle and it
and
tells you.
plays it for the gnome with
It
the
doesn't.
monumental
Though.
ears.
The only way you find out is if you click it on yourself, and he opens it, and there's like, oh, it's invisible ink.
But then you can't do it again later?
No, you can.
Okay. It's got a little dance animation too. There you go.
Yeah.
So,
Put the crown on Alexander because he's the king.
so I'm trying to figure out how to look at this poll. I'm not sure if I can see the results of it in real time.
Nose is not a
But that poll is still
spine.
running.
My
Guys in
ears
chat, can you tell
cannot
me
be
about
told
the
a
poll?
lie. A
Is it working?
nightingale is all there be. No man is near, and so say me.
So all these doors are different senses. It's great.
We might know
Yep.
whether friend or whether foe.
Which, it must suck to
To only be
Be a
able to
gnome
use your
that had-
tongue on stuff.
only be able. Yeah. I guess that's why they all live together,
Alexander
but
holds
like,
the mint out for the gnome
that's
with the
weird.
gigantic mouth.
Yeah, you don't want to be the tongue guy.
Grumplump knows a tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet.
that voice is very familiar, but I can't place it right now.
Yeah.
Use your hands.
I feel like I've heard it in like a Disney cartoon or something.
Sounds like there's a lot of Disney actors in this. All right, he's got big hands. I'll give him this little tiny rabbit's foot. Hopefully he won't
Alexander
feel
holds the
me.
rabbit
See,
foot out
if
for the
anybody's
gnome
gonna
with the
slap the
huge
prince, it should be
hands.
this guy.
Yeah, I know.
Be all you mad? What aileth thee? A bunny can't trill merrily. A hare does not at all taste sweet.
A rabbit here is all we greet.
Wonder who's doing that voice like that. Yeah, Mr. Wong, you can't do polls on mobile. Sorry.
You know what I wonder is why did they go through all this complication if they could have just gotten this guy to do this from the beginning?
I know, he could have just looked.
He could have just looked.
Well, this is the hardest puzzle because you don't know that the fucking ink is invisible.
It's true.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
The man, he says union rules.
Four morons do I sleep with nightly.
He sounds like he's in the union. He's like, I sleep with morons nightly.
Let's now away.
Bye, gnomes. We're never gonna see you again.
All right, let's go ahead and end this poll.
Alexander did it. He's fooled the guards.
And okay, so here are the results.
One vote for yes.
Yeah. So the poll was, are Sierra games just random snuff films? And we have 1 vote for yes, no votes for yes, and no votes for yeah no.
Right.
All right, cool. We'll have to work on the poll thing here soon. They just turned on the feature this week on Twitch, so.
The water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?" Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
All right, so there we go.
Now
I should save the game. I'm not fucked.
Yes. No. You're in a great position right now because you've just opened up an entire island.
So I believe you can walk to the right over here. There's some stuff over here that I want to see. And so I never knew about this portion here. I was just like, I always walked forward because it wasn't obvious. There's a big rock over there. It wasn't clear that I could walk to the right. And then I remember playing this section and be like, why you can walk to the right? How do you prevent that in an adventure game where it's like not obvious to some players that you can go there, that you can walk there?
Go back to the previous screen. And we'll analyze. We'll do some art analysis right there. Right. So the main problem with this screen is that giant rock on the right.
Yep.
If they had made that rock a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter, I mean.
And then it looked like you could have walked to the right.
And it looked like there was a path. It would the negative space would form a nice little path that you could explore.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. The other thing is the problem with the Sierra games is that as opposed to like the LucasArts games,
there's no arrow that highlights when it's like, oh, you can go there.
No arrow to indicate, right? There's no status bar or anything, so you kind of have to explore the screen. So yeah, there you go. To answer your question.
There you go. Someone who makes adventure games dropping pro tier knowledge. Only on the Human Interact streams do you get. Yeah. There's no other streams that exist that will give you pro tier knowledge on how to make an adventure game. You're making an adventure game. I'm making an adventure game. Life is sweet.
Let's all make adventure games.
All right, touch the B.
There's
Actually, let's not, because then we'll saturate the market, and then it'll be even worse than it is now.
I don't think there's that many adventure games. I don't think there's that many. I think that there could be a lot more.
There's enough.
For point and click, yes, but in terms of like adventure as a genre, like, hey, let's do exploring, let's do talking, let's do puzzle solving. Because there's other things with different inputs. Like, for example, in VR, one of the the highest rated game in VR as of today is Lone Echo. And that's an adventure game.
Yeah, well, good.
I'm just telling you. Adventure games.
Oh no, I know. It just there's a whole conversation we could get into about this, but let's not.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
I'm surprised that he's apologizing as an adventure game character. Normally he's like, "Fuck you! I'm stealing this as soon as you're not looking."
Well, he's a polite adventure game character. He's also very twee and very bland. See, the problem is that Alexander's like your quintessential nice guy, because he's like he's acting all nice and polite and stuff, but he's really a creepy stalker. So
I know he's got some problems. He's got some character flaws. I don't know if I want to be this character.
As an exception, you always should.
And then all these animals just start popping out of everywhere. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's wacky. the wacky island.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
Alright, so...
no. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker?
No.
I knew nothing about English when I was playing this, because I must have been like 5 or 6.
Right not.
You know? And I was just like, what is he talking about? I learned a lot. I learned a lot of things through this game. One of them was not to be a creepy stalker. Holy shit.
Well, yeah.
Alright, so I have a sentence here on the paper I picked up.
Alexander is carrying, oddly enough, a sentence. It says, "Where are you going?"
That's a dangling participle, right? He was talking about?
Yeah,
Give it to him. Or wait, I should save it. You're giving me that look like I should save it. Cause Sierra games are good and great!
You can be like, hey, do you want this? No, I hate it. Bam! And he kills you. He throws the book at you. Oh, no, no.
Are you there, most venerable bookworm?
Hello?
Do you have anything interesting yet?
A regular abnormality?
Let me see what I have. I have a sentence. Would that do?
It's not a sentence, dude.
Incomplete one, I suppose.
Why, actually, it is.
Just as I suspected, incomplete sentences are a dime a dozen. Why, you can literally just find them floating about.
Oh, we did.
Complete sentences. Ooh, now there's something that's hard to come by these days.
I see. Sorry.
So, if I
You have
look...
to give him credit, though. You have to give him credit for giving a custom response and not just being like, oh, I don't want that. Like, you know you're on the right track, but they give you information that you need to do something else.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous.
Whoa,
What
happened there?
hunk of flesh you are.
Thank you. I guess. Who are you?
Why are they playing this sexy music?
You to pretend not to
Because
know.
she's a Black Widow.
I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale of all femme fatales.
She's got little boobies, see?
Does she?
Just
Look at her thorax there.
It's so light, so delicate.
Nice
You'll
thorax.
never want to leave my little nest.
Mr. Wong's asking, why are spiders always sexy women?
It is a lovely web.
I don't
but
know.
My heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Oh, drat!
I don't know about you, but I don't equate spiders with sexy anything.
No, I don't. It's just Overwatch. Because one of the characters is Black Widow.
I don't play Overwatch. I'm sorry, I don't get your reference.
Yeah, so
I'm
one of the
5 people
characters
in this world that doesn't play Overwatch.
She's the femme fatale. Her name is whatever it's called. Yeah, she's Widowmaker.
Oh, okay.
Not Black Widow, but Widowmaker, and her outfit's
Right.
like mostly black, and like she's half dressed. So yeah, she's a femme fatale.
Right.
Bada bing. So something tells me that I want this piece of paper here.
Yeah, but
definitely drawn.
Did you save your game though?
Blew into my web.
What the fuck, dude? What are you not telling me?
Well, I mean, it's a Black Widow, the highly venomous spider. If you're just gonna start touching her shit, you have to expect the worst.
You gotta expect to get bit. If you touch your shit, get bit.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Touch the shit, get bit. Yeah.
Scrap of parchment.
That's another
After my goods
rule of
are
thumb.
What a greedy little man you are.
Alexander feels the sharp prick of the Black Widow's teeth.
That's what you get.
A strange burning sensation.
Nice music roll. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of time doing that death.
That's what you get for preferring that old scrap of paper to me.
What, I'm supposed to touch the spider? First, don't touch the fucking spider.
What a bitch.
All right, I'm waiting for the dunch here.
Why do you think they
I've
call
never
her a widow?
I've never actually tried touching the spider.
It's probably the same thing. Oh, just right there.
Probably. Yeah, reaches out to touch the widow.
Go with your feelings. Get closer to me.
Alexander feels the tiny pinprick of the spider's bite and the slow burning of her poison.
That's what I wanted. That's nice.
Yeah. Touch. Fuzzy, get dizzy. Oh. What memories?
The memories of you just going straight over and being like, I'm dead. I want to die.
That's what you get for being a creepy stalker. If you just touch the ladies, they're gonna bite you.
Well, it's not just the lady, it's a spider, right?
Well,
with just a really sexy lady voice that's kind of an anthropomorphized. What?
Anthropomorphized?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So I probably need to get that piece of paper. I just need to get like a blow dryer.
No, it's much easier than that. It's much easier.
You just like talk to her?
Yeah, just look at her. Get close to her.
Wow.
Now,
hi, gorgeous.
You see that? See that little dangly bit down there by the book, the black book? Just pull on that.
I mean, the loss is yours.
Okay, can I keep talking to her and like get some other dialogue?
He spoke with an oyster, a caterpillar, and a spider in less than 10 minutes. Do you know what that means? And what does it mean?
Bingo! What do I win?
What?
It's King's Quest bingo, right?
Is it? Okay.
Hey, don't touch that thread!
Alexander
Now you
snatches
can
the
grab
scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it.
All right, love's on there.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Don't copy that floppy.
Paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough.
Yeah. All right, so I needed what was on that page, or did I? I don't know.
Doesn't the bookworm want an opossum type thing called the dangling participle, or am I mixing my story games? You are not.
No, he
that
said
is
dangling
exactly what the
participle.
book.
Yeah, he wants the dangling participle.
Yeah, and the dangling participle is a weird opossum thing, but he's not on this island.
Oh, you're right. All right, is that everything I can do right here?
In this screen, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get going. It's been a long time since I played this game. This is like one of the few adventure games that I played a lot as a kid that I didn't replay later after I became a game developer. And like I've tried to play a lot of games that I played as kids as game developers because it's just like you see things way differently once you've been through it.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
once you've been through that ringer.
Yeah, that sound.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that sounds just like. Sounds like my tape deck is broken. All right.
A stick is stuck in the middle of the swamp.
He's got a cool voice.
That is not a cat. It's a dog.
Stick in the swamp.
It's a dogwood tree.
A large tree stretches knotted limbs out over the swamp. Part of the tree's trunk is shaped like the face of a dog. Why, it must be a dogwood tree.
I should probably save it.
Probably.
I'm gonna just randomly just grab this thing here and hope that I don't die.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush. Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
You want to do something really annoying?
Yeah, let's do it.
Touch the cattails on the right side of the screen.
Alexander decides to pet the soft-looking cattail.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
You're not gonna die, it's just gonna be really annoying.
It's not that annoying.
Zounds, what a racket. So much for stirring up those cattails.
Oh, bump on a log, you can talk to him.
That wasn't that annoying, it's true, because
that bump on the log does not look particularly conversational.
The versions I've played, I guess because the CPU or whatever, the sound effect goes. So
yeah, that's what happens when you didn't play this on a 46. Yeah.
Yep.
Those tomatoes are not quite ripe yet, and Alexander shouldn't pull them off the vine.
I touch these, do my hands fall off?
Alexander approaches the snapdragons. Those unfriendly snapdragons don't want Alexander anywhere near them.
So how do they decide the speed that this game is supposed to run at? Because it was definitely CPU dependent and it rendered frames as fast as it could.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like Scum VM seems to be playing it at like
Alexander
a reasonable
decides
speed.
To pick up the hole in the wall. A hole in the wall could be a very useful thing.
That narrator's just like, oh.
Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wallflowers.
Oh, how terrible. I'm Jalo again. I feel like this island is where Jalo should live.
But he lives in the castle because he's a fucking clown.
Don't be afraid.
Well, yeah, but when they evict him from the castle for being a squatter, he should come live on the island of wonder.
Voice. Perhaps it's going in one ear and out the other.
I know. All right, how do I get? You have to do something that coax the hole in the wall out. I forget how you do it.
You can't do it right now.
Okay.
You don't have the right item, but what you can do is go into.
You can save the fucking game so I don't die. Jesus, there's so much death in here in this room.
Well, not
you can
actually no. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, the vines can kill you, but that's it.
It's not a funny death.
We should take a what's the word I'm looking for? A count.
Alexander is too far away from home to think about taking furniture back with him.
In each screen there are. So there's just one. In this screen. There's just one in this screen.
Yeah. If I go through this door, do I die? I think I do.
No, you don't. You can't die on this screen.
You mean it's 0? Literally, I don't have to die?
Yeah, there's no death possibilities on this screen.
I will also do something that fucks over the entire game for you too.
No, not on this screen. This is one of the few safe screens. There's nothing you can do that will kill you or screw you over on this screen.
Chessboard land, you knave.
I see.
It's another famous voice actor too.
Chessboard land part of the land of the Green Isles?
It is the home of the red and white queens, rulers of the Isle of Wonder, fairest of the islands that owe loyalty to the king of the land of the Green Isles.
Nice.
Emmy says it's the Sonic bonus level that I need to get in there and just go fast.
Purpose of unity
yeah,
the great
yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it?
Dead. The princess is worth serving,
I know. I was just playing the new Sonic game, and it has a bunch of those in them, and like I started realizing, like if you're not on a low delay TV, you suck really bad at that. It's so hard to play.
Oh no! I haven't played Sonic 3 since before I got into
HD TV, the new Sonic game.
No, yeah, I know. I haven't played Sonic Mania, but I mean, I haven't played Sonic 3 in forever either. So yeah,
it's too long. If it's been more than like 3 years, it's too long.
Oh yeah, no.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count.
Well, it's a good thing Alexander doesn't have a thing for chess pieces, otherwise this would be a really awkward conversation.
I had to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of
King's Quest 6. Alexander just tries sticking his dick in everything.
Hey! I'm here!
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Sorry.
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the
I meant the Alexander in the game.
What is the color of deserving truth and virtue?
Quiet, your highness, and let him make up his own. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, your majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
So Adventure Gamers just like the post.
That's the silly.
They should get in here and start watching, yeah.
Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
I hope that no one has to live in the same castle as them. The Manny says, you try diplomacy, rolls a 1. Would you get the red sash?
Alexander picks up the Red Queen scarf.
Yeah, because one of the classic places that you can screw yourself over in this game is in the Minotaur Labyrinth.
You can't walk through here, right? They like stop you, don't they?
Yeah, no, you can't.
You said you
go
can't
into
die,
Chessboard
so
Land, unfortunately.
you can't die.
Nah, they're just gonna stop you and go, no, you can't come in.
Checkmate. Only chess pieces allowed in chessboard land.
Okay.
That's
got that.
right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out.
It's all right. You can have your non-progressive state. It's cool.
They have yeah, what kind of a land is this? They don't allow. They discriminate against humans. One of their rulers is a white supremacist, and the other one is red.
What am I? That sounds like a riddle in this game, you know? Like they would just give you something crazy like that. All right, so I have the red sash. Now I get out of here, right?
Right. Actually, you can pick up the rotten tomato and the iceberg
Aren't you
lettuce.
a bunch of fine-looking young plants?
Oh God.
Apparently, the baby's tears haven't learned to talk yet.
Forgot about the rotten tomato. He's funny.
What do you think you're doing there?
Yeah, he's fun because you can talk to him.
Alexander picks up Rotten Tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato.
Actually, I can think of a lot of times when you wouldn't want one. Why would you want to pick up a rotten tomato?
Because it's an adventure game and you have to pick up all sorts of.
I know, but they make you pick up stuff that's like.
Don't forget the lettuce.
No.
Alexander doesn't want to. Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
There's so much death in this room. I feel like if I touch anything, I'm gonna die.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
Ye gads! Alright.
Is that cold?
Alright, let's do
He sounds like Gilbert Gottfried.
I'm so ticked off that I'm molting.
This is just the me doing stupid voices stream.
That's fine, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Thanks.
Alright, cool. Now,
Hello, I'm Jolo. And I'm Gilbert Gottfried. This is the worst adventure game ever.
Hey, you said this game was amazing.
Oh no, it is amazing. It's just if it was the Jolo and Gilbert Gottfried adventure, it would be the worst game ever.
I don't know. I would play that. I'd play that. Even if it was a Sierra game. Alright, I guess we get to go to Isle of the Beast next.
Yeah, because if you take too long, the iceberg lettuce will melt.
Yes.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Hold on a second, ladies, while I pull out my magic map.
Oh, yeah.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
So the Isle of the Beast is the one we haven't been to yet. That's the one you can die, right? When you go to it first?
No. No, the one you die is the Isle of the Mists, which only comes out after you finish the Winged Ones thing. And
so you have to drop the iceberg lettuce.
You can die here. Yeah, if you try going through the you can die on like every screen in this island, actually. Now you mention it. I love death. Yeah.
All right, so let's just walk right through this. This doesn't look.
Just walk through the boiling water. It doesn't matter.
Across the path. The water boils as if over some magical flame.
So water boils at 100 Celsius, and I don't know what Fahrenheit that is. So that's not hot at all.
Alexander
a lot of
decides
Fahrenheit.
the boiling pond.
Fuck! It was so bad.
And soon realizes a deep sympathy for soup vegetables as he learns the true meaning of being in a stew.
That was the pun before you died. Yeah. How can they upsell that pun?
It looks like Alexander's in a bit of a stew.
It's the same thing. You just said it.
Same pun.
You just said it.
So much for creativity.
I know. They could have been like, I'm not in the mood for stew. Or I don't know. Oh. These are hard to write. They're dad jokes.
Somebody in the chat said I should become a voice actor and asked if I act in my own games. I have done voices in my own games. I haven't done any like major voices, but I have done, and I'm actually like
hoping to cool down
in the door of voice acting. So
Alexander
thanks.
throws in a head of iceberg lettuce.
But I can't. I'm not going to do impressions all the time because that's just plain voice acting.
The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice.
The man, he says, "You stewed up, son."
You stewed up, son.
I just want to hear that guy's voice say, "You stewed up, son." You know, like, because he reads everything like really proper and it's really well enunciated.
I like Alexander's little hopping animation as he crosses the
Alexander decides to brave
the steaming pond.
Yeah, so it's not boiling; it's just really hot.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater.
I don't know about you, but I like
Alexander
my bathwater to be pretty
hunter's
scalding.
lamp from the tree.
So if I go further down here, I have a feeling that I die.
You can, but you won't necessarily. Actually, you should go down there because there's an item on the screen.
As Alexander continues
Oh,
on
yes!
the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
Oh, sure.
Gold eyes. Don't worry about that giant laser cannon up there. It's just there to look scary.
It's just there to scare you. Never mind
And it's
that
fucking moving. It's following you around.
the room.
What is this?
A stone archer sits atop the lintel of the gate like a silent guardian.
I'm Alexander of Daventry. Who are you?
What difference does it make? Just come on over here. I'll tell you my life history if you still want to hear it.
Okay, that was not he. That was
It's so funny how like this guy's like, come on, die, come on. Like this is the quintessential problem with every Sierra game. It's like, come on, die for me. Come on, die for me. Come on,
Well,
you should like dying. You should like dying. There's gonna be a pun. Come on, do it. Come on. Don't you want to hear the pun? I've got a great pun. Come back. Come back.
At least this one is like blatant about letting you know that you'll die.
Fuck it, I'm going in. Let's hear the pun. What dad joke do you have for me today?
You didn't save your game.
I did save it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't see me. I ninja saved it.
Yeah, should we take a guess on what the pun's gonna be?
Arrowed.
That was a big arrow you made, Alexander.
Slightly erroneous.
Oh, erroneous. That was good. That was good. That was worth it. That was worth it. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you, 1992 Sierra programmer / writer. You just made my day in 2017.
Thanks, Jane Jensen.
Yeah, see? I saved it right there.
I wonder if I wonder if Jane Jensen actually wrote the puns, or if they had like a dedicated pun specialist.
I gotta get this dangling participle here.
Yeah.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
You're coming with me.
Won't you come down?
Come down? Why for? No, I do not.
You're Yoda.
Won't you come down?
Come down? Why for? No, I do not.
Mr. Wong says a pundit, if you will. There you go. What do I have to give him? The Rotten Tomato?
No, you have to give him the sentence. The incomplete sentence.
I don't have it.
You do. It's for some stupid reason the inventory is not that big, so yeah, you have to switch pages.
Why did they do that for? Why did they make it only like 2 lines? This is high-res icons. This is Windows. They could have done so much more.
They could have done it, but yeah.
Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you, I do. Go I with you.
Why is it not good to end a sentence with to or whatever? I'm trying to remember what it is. Like you end. With
you're not supposed
participle.
to end the sentences on a preposition.
It looks like Alexander now has a passenger.
And to is a preposition.
Exactly. Or at. Where are you
leave,
at?
Yeah. Before you leave, go back to the screen with the archer and pick up the brick.
A little fawn is feeding.
Oh. This is what I get for like getting too excited for die. It's like, okay, you want me to die? You want me to die, Sierra? Okay. Okay, just for you.
Yeah, see, then you get excited about dying, and then you miss the important items.
Yeah, there's a brick right there. You can't see it. Hey, what's up, Alexi W? Welcome to the Human Interact stream. We play adventure games, and we have a good time. And some VR games, too.
On top of the gate.
And what's going on here is that
just there to scare you.
There's a bunch of weird shit happening in King's Quest 6.
It's King's Quest 6, though. Dude, I'm just gonna get this brick. I'm gonna go on my way. I don't need to hear your dad joke. I don't want to hear erroneous. I'm good.
You should be able to throw the brick at him. I really don't think you can.
He's too much of a wimp to do it. Like Alexander.
Yeah, he'd probably be like.
Hey, the Maggie's Warble. Welcome to the Human Interact stream.
Alexander is too much of a wimp to
throw this brick.
Perhaps you'd find this interesting.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those generic ones, yeah.
The wall where I can see it better.
Yeah. Perhaps you'd find this brick to the side of your head. You can moon him, learn from that lady.
Yeah.
You're gonna listen to me, are you? Well,
I wish.
We'll just see about that.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
Oh yeah, that's just odd.
We don't have no idea who that
is.
is.
Alexander shouldn't have eaten those mushrooms from this screen.
All right, cool. So now we can go back to the Isle of Wonder.
Yes.
Touch
Alexander
the map.
Pulls out his magic map.
Touch your magic map.
You know you want to. Put on your crown.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
So we're getting close to the end here. Is there going to be a good moment to end up this game here?
I think you should go back and have the lady moon you again.
You can do it again?
Maybe, I don't know. It's worth a try.
But we've already seen it, man.
I mean, because the only other major thing that you can do after this, more or less, is going
Most
to the
venerable bookworm.
You can die going up the mountain. Yeah, we should go up the mountain and die.
But that's the copy protection. That's like the copy protection section of the game.
Yeah.
Let me see what I have.
Alexi, we do not know all the tricks in this game, so if there are any tricks that you'd like to see, you need to tell us now, because we're going to close up shop here in about 10-15 minutes. And I would love to know about any other tricks, because I just freaked out when I saw the moon trick.
Coming home, I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
I am seeing you too.
How did he get off the island without a magic fucking map?
That's a good question.
Celebration.
Maybe he flew. Or maybe he swam. He used his little rat tail.
Yeah, he probably swam, because Alexander's the worst swimmer in the entire world.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
Yep, and I can trade it back.
Well, these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now. This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up, Spatula Boy? Welcome to the stream.
So many new people
I
in
know.
like the last 10 minutes.
Well, it's because it's King's Quest, and people are just like, "There's a King's Quest stream happening. They're gonna do the moon thing," and then like we won't tell them if we've done it or not yet.
Yeah. Oh, you can go you can go get the magic book now.
Yeah, I know. I can get the magic book. Can you cast magic missile off of it?
You can read that book, if I'm not mistaken.
Alexander is
hand
carrying
icon on
a
it.
rare book from the bookworm.
Hmm.
The words in the binding are very faint. The something riddle book. Alexander opens the
You get points for reading
you
it.
get a point.
Side.
Oh, look at that. I didn't know that.
That's why you don't have a perfect game, son.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I probably knew, but I
book
forgot.
contains riddles and has a page missing. Alexander glances at a few of the conundrums, but finds himself more curious about the one that is missing.
Gee, that
What was
border
the
looks
riddle,
real
he
familiar.
wonders?
Yeah.
More importantly, what was the answer?
I know what the answer is.
Oh,
The book
you're getting
contains
requests in
riddles
the
and
chat
has
to
a
show
page
the moon
missing.
thing again.
Alexander
We can try.
glances at a few of the conundrums.
I bet the save game would
Finds
work,
himself
right? Just pull save
curious
game.
about the one that is missing.
Oh yeah, sure.
What was
I
the
mean, I don't
riddle,
see
he
why it
wonders?
wouldn't work more than once.
Importantly, what was the answer?
That'll be a good place to end it up with. What was the answer?
Yeah,
The
just
book
go
contains-
get the book and.
All right, we're gonna fall off the rock because there's a good death scene on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to do that first, and then we'll end on that. So let's save the game.
Hi.
Get
I'm sure
rocked.
it's gonna be like Alexander. Oh no, Alexander really got Boulder over. I don't know. Boulder something.
You could redo all these things and like make them as like dad jokes on memes, and I bet people would like that. Instead of get wrecked, you could be get rocked.
Alexander feels a strange sensation.
Somebody did make a game on Xbox Live. It was like memes, something. It was just a bunch of like rip-offs of memes, and they ended up making some pretty decent money off of it.
That makes me sad, but
there
not
appears to be
surprised.
something.
Ignorance kills wisdom, elevates. So how do I make the things appear?
There appears to be
you have to press the buttons. You have to press RISE.
huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs.
Oh, it works with any E. That's cool. I thought it was just the one specific one.
How do you know how to do that? What's the answer to figure that out?
It's in the manual. That's why this is the copy protection part of the game.
Alexander
I see.
stares with wonder.
The answers
That's
to all
quite
of
a way
these
to
rock
welcome a
riddles are
guest,
in the
if
manual.
indeed it is a welcome.
But yeah, you can box just a little bit here, and it won't kill you.
Yes.
Like you can purposely fall with the rocks. And Alexander yells at you. He's like, "Hey, stop it!"
No, Alexander loses his balance.
Whoa! 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 Ow! Hey!
But if you fall off from the next screen, then yeah, you die.
So think about this. If you're a young kid and you're like clicking and you're moving the mouse at the same time, like this could be seriously pretty hard.
Oh yeah, and also if the cycles are set too high, like if you wait too long, he does a little like whoa animation, and if they're set too high, it happens all the time, and it's really annoying.
All right, so let's do that.
I think he's saying hey to you. Also, somebody said, "Hey, you two boys, what's your favorite video game ever, and what the one that inspired you to make video games?"
Monkey Island. Did I just take yours?
I don't know that. No, I don't know what the answer is for mine. I like a lot of games.
I mean, I like a lot of games too, but like in terms of adventure games, like why I love adventure games, Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Because it's the first one I played.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think which adventure game I played that made me think I want to make adventure games. It might have been Monkey Island, yeah. All right, we'll go with Monkey Island. Uh-oh.
Ready to get rocked, boys and
Like
girls?
Wile E. Coyote. Battletoads didn't make me want to play video games. Make video games. Battletoads
wasn't a very logical step.
Flips the logic.
Yes. There's not a logic puzzle in there, is there?
Not really. You just have to be logical.
All right, let's see if I can do
here we
this
go.
again. All right, this is the Mooney
do it
section. For those of you who haven't
is the
seen it,
moon
we're going to do the moon trick again.
All right.
I think I remember how to do it.
Okay.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Do you have to wait for this animation to end?
I don't... Oh, yeah, probably.
You lazy! You and get...
Yes, Step.
Alright, so... It's in the very corner, like right before the thing appears too.
Yeah, it's right there.
Alexander is...
And then, what do I do?
You talk to the front door. Yeah,
boom,
there we go.
shakalaka, there you go. Just made everybody's day there. That's no moon. So there you go. That's a good place to end the stream on right there. Yeah.
I agree.
We'll just hang out to this music here while we're doing this. But
you know what should happen? You know what should happen if you do it more than once? Alexander should die, and then
you get what's the dad joke? What's the dad joke?
Alexander.
What's the dad joke? The dad joke should be like, that's no way to get to the... Oh, you sure died. No ifs, ands, or buts.
That's a good one. Actually, I'm good with that one. That would actually be pretty decent. You should write a King's Quest game. I mean, they're making a new one, aren't they?
Oh God, no. They already made a new one, and it didn't do too well, so I don't think they're going to be making any new ones.
I thought that it was going to be like a series or something, that they were episodes.
They released them all already.
Really? I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, because they were very badly marketed.
Wow, well, that's...
A lot of people didn't know that they came out.
That's unfortunate, because that marketing can kill games.
Oh yeah. Lack of marketing, definitely.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Lack of marketing can kill a game, so you got to be careful about that.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, well, that's a good place.
Lesson to be learned.
Yep, that's a good place to leave it
yeah.
off. All right, guys, we are Human Interact. We stream every Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We stream classic games like point-and-click adventure games, as well as new VR games. Human Interact is a company that makes virtual reality games. We're making a new adventure game right now called Starship Commander, where you can talk to the characters using natural language. But more importantly, my guest here is also making an adventure game as well. Go ahead and tell us a little bit more about what you're making.
I'm making an detective game called Lamplight City, in which it's a steampunkish adventure where you're a detective in a sort of alternate Victorian past, and you can be a great detective, or you can be the worst detective in the world and get everything wrong, but the game still continues. You know how King's Quest puts you in all these messed up dead-end situations? My game doesn't do that. You hit a dead end, then you just declare the case unsolved and go on to the next one. So if you like that sort of thing...
That sounds really cool.
It's not out yet, but...
Yeah,
you can check it out. My website's... just follow me on Twitter. I'm at Grundislav Games. That's GRUNDISLAV Games. And my website is grundislavgames.com, and I tweet a lot about it, so...
Yeah, let's go ahead, pull up the page.
Yeah.
So there you go, Lamplight City. Actually, when you've got something more to show me,
yeah,
you gotta pull this up for me.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Somebody just screeched to a halt.
Okay. So yeah, this game right here.
Yeah.
You do all the art, you do all the programming, you do everything by yourself, right? Right?
Except for the music on this game, yeah.
So yeah, you're like solo putting this game together, and this is a quality point-and-click adventure game. Like, we've got 6 people working on our VR game, and we're just like, oh my god, we need to hire more outsourcers to get this thing done.
Well, VR is a different animal. I mean, this is a 640 by 400 resolution point-and-click adventure game. It's not that resource intensive, really.
But still, to each their own.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'm also looking for a publisher. So if anybody has any leads to any publishers that like indie adventure games, please let me know.
Maybe we'll be able to help you out there. So anyway, we're Human Interact. We stream every week. Please come back and see us next week. We will probably play another traditional 2D game as well. We don't have it picked out yet, but follow us on Twitter. We are @human_interact. Please, if you haven't taken a look at our trailer for Starship Commander, you should. It's got a lot of really cool gameplay. Do you have a trailer for your game, for Lamplight City?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. But when he does, we will come back and maybe have something to play. Have a little demo or something. I don't know. I'm not going to put you on the spot for anything, but That would be a really good marketing thing to do. Have like a demo to play after you have a trailer.
Believe me. Once I get a trailer out, I need to get voice acting first. That's why I need a publisher, because I need money to voice act. So.
Just do all the Guilford Godfrey voices and
oh yeah, sure.
For all the voices, do a temp voice. That'll be great.
Welcome to Lamplight City. I'm so ticked off that I'm molting.
Oh yeah. Welcome. I have a mystery to solve. I'm Jollo. Yeah. People will listen to that for hours.
I might actually do that for hours.
Just tell me you should add like they tell me two things. They're like, you should put a funny thing, because I always do placeholder art first. They're always like, oh, you should do a version of the game, like a secret Easter egg where you just play the game and it's all placeholder art. And then they also say, oh, you should do a special voice track where you do all the voices. I'm like, no, both those things would be terrible. There would be too much work for little return. It'd be awful.
Hey, but you know what? You'd make one of those 2 fans like really happy. 1 or 2. Yeah, those people that are really like really into you, like you doing that.
I guess that's true.
I'm going to tell you right now, don't do that.
No, I'm not. Believe me, I've been doing this a little.
Dude, they're gonna.
I don't think I've been doing this. I haven't been doing this as long as you have, but I think I've been doing it long enough that I have a few.
They're gonna cut political ads about you now. You said it. You're on the record. They'll be like, "Did you know that he said this?" And then they'll pull it up and be like, "I'm not doing that for my fans." Boom, boom, boom. Don't buy the game.
Can you imagine it if like rival game companies did that to discourage people from buying other games?
Yeah, it was like a political ad. It'd be crazy. It's like,
that'd be pretty messed up.
I'm Starship Commander and I approve this title, this message. Yeah. I'm gonna run a smear campaign against your game. Anyway, we need to wrap up here. It is past 6 o'clock. So come back next week. We'll be playing probably another adventure game. We will see. But until then, stay safe this weekend. Have a lot of fun. I'm going to go order a pizza, and I'm going to enjoy my weekend. See you next week.